What's up, everybody? So, Seven Nights Idle Adventure 2 is officially launching today or tomorrow. Probably tonight, UTC, but the 6th, technically. Today or tomorrow. I wanted to do a little bit of a beginner's guide. So, let's jump right into it. First thing you're going to notice is when I'm logging in, you'll see that there are offline rewards here. 10 hours and 13 minutes out of a max 12 hours. That is an important thing to note. You're going to want to take advantage of this offline up to 12 hours as often as possible. And the reason for that is, upon logging in, you get this option here. Obtain 30% bonus rewards for watching an ad. So, we're going to
at Ashley's greatest Labor Day mattress sale event, save up to $1,100 on top brand name adjustable sets.
We got lucky, we got a 5-second ad. Boom. So now I got 30% bonus rewards upon logging in. And as I said, you're going to want to do that as often as possible. Because this is an idle game. So keep that in mind. So when you start this game, what you're going to have is, right in the center here is a guide. This is basically what you're going to follow, and the guide is going to go through a lot of basic, like a basic generic cycle. Reach a certain stage, summon 10 characters, summon 10 pets, kill 25 monsters, etc. Stuff like that. Whenever it says to summon 10 characters, it will have given you the 10 tickets to summon the characters as well. So just keep following the guide and progress as far as you can. And some important things to note here. You're going to have dishes that give you buffs to a bunch of your stats. You're going to want to save these for when you are trying to push to progress. If you don't need to use them, you don't need to use them. That goes for your potions as well. Make sure your auto potion is off, and I would suggest turning down even the use of the auto potion down to around 70% as well. Make sure you click none so it doesn't change the potion as well. Because it occasionally, when I do go and make a progression push, I'll use my meals. I'll use my 3 meal items. I'll turn on the auto potion here, and I'll only have it use the lesser potions. Never have it use the other potions manually. And then I'll go and turn on the auto boss summon that is up in the top left here. That's going to summon the boss and start progressing through the stages. And this will just automatically summon each boss one after another and keep clearing stages as long as you're powerful enough to do so. So when you first start the game, that is essentially your goal. You're going to want to just push as far as you possibly can until the point where you see, like, my team is dying and stuff now and getting sent back a stage. It's at this point, then you want to log out and you'll for 12 hours, and you'll collect all those juicy rewards. Or, alternatively, you can, if you think that using your meal items will enable you to make a push, definitely try it out. Always try to progress as far as you can. That goes for the dailies as well. You'll have a number of these stages, and we'll go through them in a second here. But that's the gist of it. You're just going to push through the guide as far as you can. This is going to unlock all the various features. You're going to get your influence, which you're going to want to focus on attack and defense first. Obviously. You'll unlock traits at some point. I highly suggest focusing on the utility tree first in this. This is going to make your offline and your stage clear and stuff even more beneficial. So focus on utility first. You can reset and put the points in later. If you want to reset back and forth when you make a push, that's up to you. I don't like to do that. I had started leveling attack and defense first, thinking like, oh, it'll help me push farther, faster. In all honesty, once I started doing utility, I feel like I started progressing way faster in my influence here and my character levels. So I think the utility is the best to go for in traits. Relics are pretty straightforward. You just summon them, you level them all up. Once something maxes out, you can salvage it for more points to go back into the level. And as you level it up, you get different rarities of these relics. As you can see, I'm up to orange, and then the next tier is yellow. So that's something you just chip at over time. Essence research as well. You unlock this around stage 400. But it's important to note that eventually these end up repeating. So you don't want to just sit here and farm stage 400 to try to complete this and then move on to the next one. Always progress as far as you can and just keep pushing as far as possible in the story. You just always push, progress as high as you can in the stages. I think once I got to stage 800, I started getting these items again. So eventually it will cycle back around as you progress further, and you will end up getting more of these done over time. If there is an end game, I'm not sure. We will find out eventually. You can focus farm these by just clicking that button, and it'll tell you where to go. But as I said, this is something you don't want to focus on while you are able to still progress and while you know that they are still cycling back around. So I think that the stage that I'm on now, I'm getting these drops again, which is good. I'll be able to unlock the second tier of this reward here. And again, these are more EXP and gold from stages and stuff. So these are good to unlock over time as well. If you see you're close to one, maybe farm a little bit extra in that area to unlock it, but otherwise don't push from like 40 to 60. It's not worth it. So moving on, where are we at? In terms of characters, if you can get a hold of Yui, this is a character to look out for kind of early. They do all characters AoE heal, which is percentage based. So this is just absolutely great. Moving all the way forward through the game. They also give you these crystals that you can reset characters, so don't feel bad about investing into a character that you know isn't legendary. Because you are going to want to eventually unlock every character to level 50 and all of their star levels, because you unlock all these buffs in the codex, which is just more stat build up over time. So don't feel bad about investing into a character, because it is going to benefit you in the long run, and you can find these crystals over time. As you can see, my Jane's level 50. I'm going to end up resetting her soon. But in the meantime, she's one of my stronger characters still, so I'm still using her for now. I guess since I'm talking about characters, an important thing to note about characters is the rates for the summons vary on your summon level. When you first start, the best rarity you're going to be able to get is epic. And it's not until summon level 3 you're going to be able to get uniques. And then summon level 5 where you're going to be able to get legendaries. Now this is important to know and note, because they're going to give you a ton of tickets here. Use the tickets only. Only use the tickets to progress your summon level. Never the gems. You're going to get a lot of these rubies over time for free, but do not use the rubies until you are summon level 5 or even 6. I used about 100k rubies just as a test on one of the event banners, just to see what would happen. So it looks like you'll need about 1 million rubies to clear one of these banners. But you get these tickets as well, so you might not need that entire amount every time. But that's an important thing to note, is you're gonna get. I have 1.45 million rubies, and I spent 100k. So let's say 1.6 million so far. I could almost clear 2 full event banners for free, mind you. So if you're spending on the game, obviously, you know, you can do whatever you want. But I honestly, I don't suggest spending money or the free rubies until you're at least summon level 6. Maybe even further. As you can see, I'm halfway to summon level 7, and I haven't really used any of the rubies other than the 100k that I used on here. And that was basically just as a science experiment. I just wanted to make sure that this was like about 1 million rubies to clear one of these banners, which is, it seems bad, but it's not that bad. Let's see, what else did I get into here? So I talked about progressing your guide, pushing your stage as far and as high as you can, farming your highest stage before you log out, logging out and collecting up to 12 hours of offline rewards and collecting the that 30% bonus. I talked about leveling your influence, attack first, and then defense, then HP, which is, it's in that order anyway. I just stick with the 100x level ups at a time. You can do them lower, but you know, it's whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter. I turn it to 100x and just wait till I have enough to do that, and you'll actually see better benefits. Level your utility first in your traits. Relics just level themselves over time once you unlock them. Essence research, again, just levels itself over time once you unlock it. But you can focus farm it in the end game, the end game if you ever get there. I talked about resetting characters. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm actually investing some XP into some characters that I'm not resetting as well, just because I want to get them done. I want to make sure that I get everybody done over time. And these green characters and blue characters and these gray characters, they cost less EXP overall to get to level 50 anyway. So essentially, yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where my main team is level 50, and then I can just start banging out all the extra characters to level 50 for the codex. So that is another thing to note. You know, keep in mind the codex as you are unlocking characters and their levels. You are getting bonus stats that adds to everything. That is similar to the pets. Pets focus on leveling only attack pets, in my opinion. You get the most benefit out of the attack pets versus like attack speed is very low, although I do think eventually you will want to level attack speed as well as crit, but you get very low percentages on those, so focus on attack first for pets. Now let's talk about the team in general. I'm using a mostly melee team, and you can go whichever way you want, but you're going to want to focus on a melee or a ranged team. The reason for this is because in the gold dungeon daily, you get a 270% damage for range type heroes. So if you have a full range team, you can farm this a lot further faster. Personally, I don't think this is the play. I just don't. I think the melee team is the play because you're going to get way more gold from offline farming. And from offline farming, you get a bunch of these boxes, you get a bunch of gold in itself, and you're going to be getting tons of influence levels just based on that. But you don't get as much character XP. But with a melee team, you get a bonus 310% damage for melee type heroes. So as you can see, there's some important numbers to note here. If you look to the side, the current tier of Giant Gargle, I've cleared. The last one I've cleared. Let's see what's the last one I've cleared. 22 million. My team is only roughly 6 million. And I was able to clear the 22 million, and this rewards me with 1.46 million XP, which is a lot. That is a lot, and it's a lot, but it's still not really that much in the grand scheme of things. Because now going into my character Spike here, 7 million per level up, 8 million for the next level up. So as you can see, it's going to take quite a bit to get there. So I honestly think that is the more important play, because now look at the numbers. Same for here. The highest clear I've gotten is only 1 million golden chest, and I'm almost 6 million. But it rewards me 81 million. So let's auto clear that. And then go into our influence here, and look at that. I mean, that's basically enough to level up, do 100x on one of my things. So, I honestly think you should focus on a melee team while you're progressing, and then maybe later on in the end game, once you can level everybody with Reckless Abandon, then you can have a ranged and a melee team. But starting with a melee team will benefit you way more, in my honest opinion. But then again, I have not tried the alternative. I don't know how far and how fast people are leveling their influence focusing on a ranged team. So I could be wrong. Maybe feel it out and ask around, but I think that the disparity between how much EXP you need just naturally, it just seems like the better play for me. Because I want to eventually max out my codex with all those characters. So I'm going to need tons of character XP. For these other ones, they are just attack speed for all heroes. So chances are you're going to be able to clear a little bit extra. As you can see, the next one I'm on is 10 million, and again, I'm 6 million. So I'm able to get a little bit ahead of the curve on this one, and I think this one as well, 11 million, 6 million. So no matter what your team is for the other three, the pet XP, I actually don't know how well I'll fare against the 8 million pet XP. This dungeon was way overtuned, and they actually just retuned it. This only buffs the defense heroes' HP, which isn't really anything. So the fact that I'm clearing something that's stronger than me, that's just speaking for my team's DPS. It looks like I might. It's so close. I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Very close. So we didn't clear that one, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, final HP for defense type heroes. You really don't get a buff on this at all. So this is just your team's own natural strength. And it's just a hard boss. And that's just a little bit of the pet XP. So I'm going to auto-clear that. And then again, the arena, just set your best team. Whatever formation you want, doesn't really matter. I like to put them all up as far in the front as possible, because we puts her AoE healing skill on people pretty early. So I want them to already be in there taking damage when she puts that up. But yeah, we're just going to quick match through our 10 here. You know, you win some, you lose some. And as you rank up in PvP, you're going to get a ton of good rewards here. Tons of tickets, as you can see, to summon characters. You know, tons of tickets and rubies for your arena rewards, your ranking and stuff. And then the shop has pretty good rewards as well. You're essentially just going to want to buy out... I like to buy out all this stuff that you can see that I already bought. The offline XP, offline gold, relic shards, summon hero tickets, dishes so I can progress. This soul stone is new. They just added this and it costs quite a bit. So that's something you can consider saving for if you need these. And then these extra hero tickets, these just summon like... These summon these heroes that unlock codex things. I honestly don't think they're that important to get over some of this other stuff until later. Like maybe later if you're max relics and your max influence and your max all your character levels, and you for like whatever reason don't need all this other stuff, then you can probably start buying more extra hero tickets and soul stones, and even arena tickets. But yeah, I think this stuff is the important stuff for a beginner. Costume tickets enable you to unlock a costume for your character, which gives them 1% attack, defense, and HP. So that's just like a fun little extra. You can save up and unlock bonus outfits for the different characters you have and you like over time. And I think that's about it. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out, but this is probably the end of the video. I guess I just to show like how I'm doing. This is me, butt cheek. I am rank 11 for the early access players. 309 hero advances, and I'm like one of the farthest players for how little character advances I have. As you can see, everybody that is higher than me has significantly more. These 380, 370, these people are not that far ahead of me. And this one's not far behind me. Nice. So I'm doing pretty good. Ranked well. I have tons of extra rubies to do summons. You know, I even got 200 of these special tickets to do more summons into one of these banners. An important thing to note is the characters that unlock on these banners immediately go into this standard banner as well. I ended up getting this guy off of a regular ticket summon. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, aside from that, you're just going to want to keep up with your daily shop stuff. watch your ads. The ads are annoying, but again, if they end up being 5 seconds, they're not a big deal. Sometimes they're 30 seconds.
At Ashley's greatest Labor Day mattress sale event, save up to $1,100
hey,
on top frame adjustable sets. Get
Ashley
free
mattress
adjustable
for the fucking 5-second potions. You can buy a $6 pack to unlock this every month. I honestly don't suggest it because
Gotta get rid of this.
you can do this, like, you can do this while you're not, like, while you're watching streams, while you're watching shows. You don't have to pay attention to these stupid ads. Overall, it's probably going to take you less than 5 minutes to go through all the ad content in the game. You're going to get tons of bonus rewards, and you're going to save $6 every month that you don't really need to give this game. So this game is extremely free-to-play friendly, in my opinion. Sure, it can be pay to win, but you don't need to be at the top of those rankings. You really don't. You can see how far I got for free, and you can probably do the same. So best of luck. Enjoy the game if you try it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a later videos. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please. Just subscribe at least. I need the numbers. It'll help a lot. Thank you.